welcome. This is Love Knows Best here, and I'm here to talk about the amazing news. I mean, not amazing. The news. The video about Jada and Will making a video of talking about her relationship with August. Um, Now, if y'all seen that video, at first I was like, and then I watched it twice, and then I realized something. The entire video is pretty much staged. It don't make sense for a guy. Let me explain to you something. And just you learn a lot of stuff. You learn how to profile things and establish truths, whether somebody's faking or whether somebody's really real. This video, their so-called conversation at the hot table, comes off as a bit. It's like they're casually talking about it, as though it's no big deal. Let me explain to you something. If they were sleeping, she was sleeping around. He sounded like they just found out a minute. But phenomenon is, she was sleeping around with another dude. Even if they were separated, it still would affect the man. It was. Let me tell you, if your wife, you were separated from your wife, she slept with somebody else behind, but you would still be bothered by it because you're still married. It doesn't matter if you're separated or not. You can't just go around sleep with whoever you want to until you get divorced. That's how marriage works. It's a commitment that you say, I will not cheat on my spouse no matter if we are apart or together. Separation does not mean give you permission to go and sleep with other people. I don't know how many times we gotta tell you this. People, well, but then again, what do you expect in order to understand how marriage is supposed to work? Yeah, problems, you work it out, you talk about it. What doesn't make sense is the entire conversation. Okay, one, so nobody laughs when about serious situations, hurtful situations. Nobody laughs at all. Nobody talks. I was so done make jokes. Okay, that's not a joking situation to make jokes. Now you may see this is how he deals with it, but it doesn't make sense. You don't just have a sit down discussion with yourselves on TV, talking about this sort of stuff. Like he's interviewing a stranger here. Like you're interviewing. It's an interview with your wife. A long time. And then any man, I don't care who he is. Imagine if a dude who said, for so long I couldn't find happiness because you weren't giving it to me. It just sounded like a stab in the heart. If this was real, okay. In this public stage, I wouldn't feel so happy. I haven't felt happy in a long time, man. It's been a long time since I feel good. Imagine how would you be feeling if this was real. You'd be angry. You'd be pissed. You're gonna be anger, madness, frustration, sadness. It's like getting punched in the face multiple times without multiple times. It's not the physical attacks that hurt the most. It is emotional attacks hurt just as much. But there's a difference between being sensitive, overly sensitive, and feeling real pain. But what do I say about this? They put themselves out there, so now they put themselves out for criticism. They put their relationship, this nonsense out in the open, so they have opened themselves up for all kinds of criticism. I think it was foolish to even say it didn't need, none of this didn't even need to happen. I'm gonna put it out there straightforward to you. They should have kept this to themselves because this interview only made her look bad and made her look bad and make him look like a punk. Okay, first of all, why don't they just come out and say that they're in an open relationship? And it would be much more favorable to, and everybody would just say, "Oh, that makes more sense now." No, there's no these naive, incompetent people thought it was a good idea to try to explain away the affair by saying, "Well, I was going through some things." No, nobody's going to accept that as an excuse. Oh my goodness. Maybe their leftist friends might find that excusable because they always giving excuses to wicked people doing wicked things because they themselves are wicked. But fact of the matter is, there is no excuse for this nonsense. If that's the story they're going with. Now, if there's a different story, like they're in an open relationship, open door policy, then it'd be a different story. But now they done already put it out there that there's an open door policy, and he's having an excuse of why she did what she did. I don't know what goes on behind their closed doors, and I ain't gonna try to make assumptions. There's some weird stuff going on. Does this go both ways, though? I want to know if it goes both ways. If would she have a problem if Will went out and cheated with another person who was sick, also sick? They just like taking people off the streets who are sick and just sleeping with them at random just to get them better. Then after they raise them up out of sickness, they start sleeping with them. Is that what we are doing? You know that's called malpractice, right? A doctor cannot sleep with his patient. It's a rule. Okay, first of all, if you're sick, you go see a doctor. If you have your toothache, you go see a dentist. When you have mental issues, you go see a psychiatrist. Not some stranger off the streets. Not some stranger. When it came to us, he was sick. Define sick. I'd like you to define sick, because I want to know. Is it mentally sick? Then he needs to go see a psychiatrist. Is it physically sick? He's vomiting and he's throwing up and he's really, really ill and no, he was sleep with somebody who's really ill. Then he goes to go see a doctor. But what in the world would make somebody want to sleep with a person who is sick? What kind of sick are we talking about? Hopefully he talking about sexually sick, because that's not a disease. Getting him a woman different than you would have been a better cure for that disease of sickness than what you did. Now I know people are going, well, you can't judge them necessarily. They shouldn't have put it on YouTube if that was the case. They should have just continued to deny its existence. Or people wouldn't have said nothing. They wouldn't have said nothing if it was an open relationship. They'd never say, oh, okay, that explains a lot. But they didn't go there. No, they went with the excuse part of the story and said, well, it was an open door. You know, we just came to us. He was sick, and I just decided to sleep with him on a random because I was in trouble and I didn't feel good, so I decided to make myself feel good. Instead of going to my husband to make myself feel good. But when she said, oh, I didn't feel good, so your husband wasn't good enough for you, right? Oh, they were going through problems, so that's why you couldn't go to your husband, because you were angry and you were like going through something you couldn't do. I don't buy the garbage to save their life, okay? I just don't buy it. Okay. The reason why I don't buy it, because one, he said, oh, couldn't stand you, and he started chuckling, and he knew what was coming out of his mouth was full of garbage. Because whenever Will Smith says something that's full of garbage, he laughs about it. John, hot garbage. He knew what was coming out of his mouth was not the truth. You laugh when something is, you don't laugh when something is true. Okay, you don't laugh the truth. You're trying to explain something that's serious, and it's the truth. You don't laugh. You don't make a joke. Okay, it's not joking times. Joke times later. With this, you're trying to explain away a serious situation here. think a stage. I think they just decided to make a video, and it's really improper for the husband of all people to be making the interview, asking his wife questions as though this is a Q&A. They should have hired somebody else to make the interview, but to be more formal, okay? And I'm thinking, oh, they use the excuse, well, my wife didn't feel comfortable for other people to be asking a question, so I thought it would be better. She'd be more calm if I was the one asking the questions that need to be answered. Dude, any real person, no husband would be feeling comfortable ever asking those types of questions without his emotion getting involved. The last person she would be should have been asking to do an interview would be the person she has wronged. Mm. People, but let me to a different subject of marriage. People don't take it seriously, man. Y'all can't be playing games with this stuff. Because God, the creator of all things, takes marriage seriously. It's not a joke. Not something you can just play around with a whim. But when you get married, you better take it seriously, and it better be for life. Because one, if you play around with it, it's going to come back to haunt you in the end. Going around and sleep with other people because just to make yourself feel good, only going to end up costing you a lot. People do things that feel good to them, but leads to death. I can't talk, but the fact of the matter is this: what do you expect from these Hollywood evil people, Hollywood people? They haven't done right in a very long time. They all in their high places, spending their money any way they want to, doing whatever the heck they want to, because they got the money to do it. They don't have to honor marriage because they got money and can just marry whoever they want to because of their status. People need to find people that love them but them, and not what they got in their pockets, not who they are as a celebrity, but as a person. You've been down this road for far too long. You've been doing this for far too long to be going out searching for other things. You invested too much of your time with this one person, and then you go out and try to. We don't know what the truth is. We don't know if he's lying, BSing. He probably is lying about some things. But the matter is, one thing we do know for a fact is that she's sort of confessing without apologizing for it. They're just discussing it like it's a normal topic. Like normal topic of the day. It's just normal for people to just do these things. I know it'd be hard for me to accept it if I got a girlfriend and who got later than married, and then 20, 30, 40 years later down the road, she tell me, well, you know that guy, well, he came to us, he was like, good to me, he was all in need and all that. So instead of just directing to somebody else, I decided to sleep with him. And I would be kind of hurt, like any normal person would be. Just like a female would be hurt if I did the same thing. Fact of the matter is this. Argument. Women, men, both of them, two wrongs don't make a right. Period. It's a story. Just because one gender, you need to stop generalizing stuff. That's part of the problem with society. It's generalization. One person does something bad and then it bleeds to everybody. It's not fair to the person who is righteous, who stands right. I won't say righteous, but who has not done these things. But anyway, my opinion about the situation after so long, and I'm like, I never thought that this day would happen. But of course, I should have known. They've been together so long. You got so long. And it's like everybody else done some stuff here and there. When they're the only one, well, not the only one, they're the handful of people who stayed together for a very long time. Hollywood couples hardly ever stay together for a very long time. They're off from one man to the next man, or one girl to the next girl, because they can. They don't value relationships like they ought to. Anyway, and I'm gonna end this because I ain't gonna bring my state. I'm seeing people, they joke. It's like she probably in meaning she never apologized because she doesn't feel like she needs to apologize. You gotta look at how they think. You gotta get into the brain of somebody like this. Being that she's probably on the left, so she probably thinks she doesn't need to apologize because other men have done it before. So it's like she doesn't need it, and he's probably on that same SJW page. He's probably a cuck. Shut up, I hate using that word. Maybe a weak person who thinks he deserves it because for the sake of all mankind. Cool men, because they're bad men in existence. So because there's bad men in existence, he deserves to be treated like he's a bad man. Nobody deserves to get treated like they're a bad person just because there's evil in the world. We're all evil. The matter is, in the eyes of the Bible, we're all evil. Ain't nobody good on the planet. As we go on a witch hunt, hunting everybody down for every bad thing ever done on earth, and pretend that we never did nothing bad. Let me tell you something. A witch hunt is the only thing with nobody being left to kill. Because everybody has done something wrong in their life. Okay, there is no good person on earth when people realize this. When people realize there's not one person who's good. Not one. Maybe stop killing one another. But anyway, that's all I gotta say. This is Love Knows Best signing out.